President Trump doesn't exactly return to America as the conquering hero after his Helsinki summit with Vladimir Putin. In fact, quite the contrary. The president is under fire tonight from many Republicans and nearly all Democrats who charge he caved in to the Russian president while effectively trashing his own U.S. intelligence agencies. Demonstrators chanting "traitor" at the White House Monday night as they gathered to protest President Trump's statements at a post-Russia summit news conference with Russian President Vladimir Putin.
I have great confidence in my intelligence people, but I will tell you that President Putin was extremely strong and powerful in his denial today.
The U.S. intelligence agencies overwhelmingly concluded that the Russian government directed cyber attacks on members of the Democratic Party. That view is also shared by bipartisan committees in the House and Senate and the president's own director of national intelligence, Dan Coats.
I have President Putin. He just said it's not Russia. I will say this, I don't see any reason why it would be.
Instead, the president, who still sees the Russia investigation as revenge for him winning the 2016 election, attacked Hillary Clinton and the Democrats, declaring their weak security was the problem, not Russian hacking. By day's end, Putin answered another lingering question.
President Putin, did you want President Trump to win the election, and did you direct any of your officials to help him do that?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Reaction from Democrats was swift condemnation.
This is probably, without a doubt, the most shameful and cowardly surrender of American interest in modern history.
Some Republicans were also angry about the president's Russia remarks.
You can't elevate yourself from the level of a snake, and that's where I consider Vladimir Putin.
But not all Republicans feel that way.
Absolutely, I'm with the president on this. I don't think anybody doubts that the Russians got involved with leaking email and hacking into email. But there is a question of whether or not the election was legitimate. And all of this is a sideways way for those on the left to try to delegitimize Trump and to say he didn't really win the election.
Now, the Russians were certainly thrilled with President Trump's remarks at the post-summit news conference. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, usually very reserved and cautious, called the summit magnificent and said it was better than super. Susie, Suzanne, back to you.